have like, sweaty palms. I already have hard time sleeping. I already, like it just does nothing good for me as a person other than charge me for through whatever moment, Did you see Elon challenge Putin into a fight on Twitter? I don't know how you feel. I don't know how to feel about it. Is Elon Musk trained? Because Putin is like a judo star. Although, if you see that video of him training in his older age, not too long ago, they released a video of him doing some judo stuff, and it was pretty sloppy. Not that I'm an expert on martial arts or anything, but I heard through a credible source that it was a sloppy thing. I used to have a bad premenstrual depression. Then I quit caffeine, and it's like, whoa, wow. See, that's so crazy. Is it gonna be a fist fight? Well, it's really interesting that that Elon Musk sent, what was it, Starlink over to Ukraine, right? Like, so they could communicate. And then I saw the other day that he's not going to be censoring anything on Starlink, which is like, hey, that's cool, man. Of course, you can't beat Putin. You will send, you will be sent to Siberia, yeah, in the gulags. Yeah, no, I don't know. I've seen photos of Putin riding a bear, maybe Photoshop. Well, I love the picture of Putin riding a horse. Hold on. Well, now we're going in. It's too late, guys. We went from coffee straight to Putin, riding a bear. So hold on. Putin, riding a bear. In Russia, we ride the bear. I can't do it. I suck it. I sucked it. You know what? This is definitely photoshopped. Hold on. I'll show you guys what I'm looking at here. This is definitely photoshopped because this is from him riding a horse. Look at him. Woo! I love that. Eli got them hands foreign, boy. Elon got them hands foreign, boy. He does more than just build a rocket ships. He get them bombs on deck. South African pride. Woo! That's tight, though. That's tight. You can't hate on that. You can't hate on coffee right to pooping. Exactly. That's very funny, actually. Hopefully I poop today. Very manly. Good He's very... for the thing, for a horrible dictator that he is a very manly dude. Okay, so that comes from this. Putin on horse, right? This is where it comes from, where Putin's riding a horse. Hold on. What is this? What is this? I hope this is real. Look at him. Look at him feeding his horse. Are we Putin sympathizers now? What did we do? Oh my God. We're going to be banned. This is so funny. How bizarre ultra manly photos help Putin stay in power. Ultra manly. I hope Elon punches him in the face. You know what? I don't know. Is Elon trained? I think Elon is trained. Elon martial arts background. Trained in martial arts as a child. He's a black belt. Here, it came right up. Look. Look. Elon Musk versus Putin. Who has martial arts training and who would win? We're going. We're going in, folks. This is it. Look, there's Kroger. The Kroger brand stuff. I wonder if he gets wet. He didn't have hair. Hold on. Oh my God. No, you know what? It honestly looks like he shaves. If anything, he shaves. I mean, look at those man boobage. That's very manly man boobage. Hold on, let's try to get a closer look at this picture here. This is doing nothing. I don't think he gets waxed. I bet he gets shaved. Hey, Swirl, the internet undefeated. Get some nice pecs, baby. Use the magnifier. If you want to zoom in, I did. What is that? I'd use Control and then Wheel on my mouse. That's not the magnifier. Good to see you, Swirl Baby. Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Get waxed, get vaxxed. It's Putin on a horse, baby. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so let's see. Billionaire and Tesla founder Elon Musk has challenged Russian President Vladimir Putin to single combat, which has sparked interest in their respective martial arts skills. Musk's challenges came after YouTuber turned boxer Jake Paul shared a mock boxing poster of himself and Russian president last week. So, do Musk and Putin have martial arts training, and who would actually win if there was a fight? Look at this guy. You know, I mean, people talk a lot of shit about Elon, but he's pretty awesome. I mean, I don't know, like, it's really cool that he sent Starlink so people could communicate in the Ukraine while they're being invaded by fucking invaders, imperialistic invaders. What the fuck? Don't they know that it's proxy wars, folks? This whole land invasion shit. Come on, guys, it's proxy wars, not straight up wars. That's how we do things now. Did they learn anything from the CIA? Nah, it's under Windows accessories. Zoom option Windows. Press logo, Windows logo, Control M. I like shortcuts. Windows logo, Control M. Oh, turn magnifier on. Zoom. Okay, hold on. Okay, I got into my thingy here. Hold on. See, this is what I'm looking at here. Smooth edges, images, text, invert color. Oh, okay. So Control Alt F. No, that's full screen. Choose a view. No. Am I just dumb, guys? I don't know. Is my dude? He's your dude? Hey. What am I missing here? My Russian X wore very smooth as well. Let me see. Smooth Russians. Yeah, you gotta love a smooth Russian, I guess. In the start window. Okay, they just stole this from Rocky Billionaire Talk. BRB. No worries. Let's see them Putin titties. All right, we're going back to the Putin titties. Who knows the shortcut? Who knows the shortcut to the magnifier tube? Wait. Spacebar. Oh boy. You're just learning. Seems like all people who don't know something and learn it feel dumb, but that's just enough self-deprecation. Thank you, Beans. Thank you. You're right. I'm just learning. I'm not dumb. I'm just learning how to do it. See, I did Control. Doesn't that mean shit? Obviously not. God. Oh, Jesus. Come on, guys. Reset. All right. You know what? I mean, that's a smooth chest. We could see it, right? We see the smoothness. I don't think it's wax. I think that is shaven. I'm just going to go with it. I kind of see some redness in here. And maybe you guys can't see because, what is it? You could take a screenshot and then open it in Paint. I do know how to take screenshots. That I do know. Wait a minute. Do I? No, that wasn't it. Wow. I know how to do stuff, guys. No, not speech recognition. What happened? How did I forget how I just did it like 12 times to get the news articles together. This is insane. Welcome to Mike Learns How to Use Windows. Tap Windows key plus no, assholes. That's not how we do it. You could resize an OBS window. I suppose you're right about that. All right, let's see if I can resize this and get it. Oh, there we go. Let's just make it big. There you go, guys. This will just be the backdrop for the rest of the stream. Oh my God, this is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. So, okay, this is about as zoomed in as we're getting, folks. TOS. Thank you, Beans. Thank you for that woo. Okay, so I see like a little bit of redness in here. So that's what indicates to me that these are razor bumps. Nipple alert. Okay. So I think it's shave. I think he's shaving. I don't think he's waxing. And I also don't think that Russia has the technology to wax. I'm just joking. I love my Russian brothers and sisters. The dictator's a dick. Which, it's very funny that Facebook has allowed, they were doing all these censoring things where you can't say this and you can't, do violence. You can't say anything about violence towards another person, which is totally fine. I understand. That's rude. But they're allowing you to have death calls to the Russian government. It's like death to Putin. So now everybody go and feel free to write death to Putin on your defunct Facebook page. Everybody feel free to do it. Well, it was rally for the death of another human being on Facebook. Just pixelate the nipples and we're good. Yeah, I think you're right. Aren't you glad I mentioned this right at the beginning? Yes, I am. Oh my God. Was Robbie here? Oh, what a picture to come into. Yeah, Robbie, you never know what's going to happen here. Executive to get sun. Executive Putin shaver on staff. Yeah, I mean, someone probably did it for him. Or do you think he did it for himself? I don't know. You should hear what comparison Russell Brand made between Putin and the leader here in Trudeau. I love Russell Brand, everybody. It's very interesting to me that comedians are turning into like the most trusted names in news. I think that's very interesting to me. And, it kind of starts with Jon Stewart and The Daily Show, It probably goes even further back than that, but that's just my generation is Jon Stewart, The Daily Show. And how comedians can just they just have that very innate sense to like call it out and observe and report, like they have a very good, astute eye for finding the interesting and funny and the hypocrisy, I mean, that's their job is to point out the hypocrisies of, reality, I suppose. Kind of like how we trust you for our news. Don't do that. Don't trust me for the news, guys. You guys see me talking to people. I mean, this last one, what was it? I was saying like, oh my God, the banks in Canada are still freezing people's accounts. And that's completely wrong. But there are certain things that are still set in place from the trucker protest that they are keeping. Like the whole monitoring the GoFundMe stuff. There is still things put in place that were left over from that wartime effort because they were disrupting local economies and, making a bunch of noise. Okay, let's not go there, everybody. Wrong news only. That's right. That's why I'm trying to stick to the music news because at least I know a little bit more about music than most. Yes, Norm Macdonald, yes. Awesome. He was great at it and he was so perfect to do it as well. Yeah, I love Russell Brand's show on YouTube. It's very, very, I think it's really well thought out. It's very well done. He has a team of writers and a team of people who are researching and reading these news articles, and he uses news articles to sort of back up his claims. And he's very good at not about skirting censorship in the way that he's like, I don't have an opinion. That's just me. What's your opinion? He's like, I don't have an opinion on whether or not you should get vaccinated. That is your decision. You go out and do your thing. So he does a very good job of sort of staying neutral, but then making very poignant points that are not neutral at all. I mean, honestly, he's definitely saying stuff, but I really like how he does it from a, what's the word? My words suck today. Great logging sources. Yeah. He does a very good job of objective news reporting, and then throwing in his opinion, of course. But like, it's still like he does it in a very objective way where he looks at all sides or different sides, maybe not all sides. It's almost impossible to look at all sides of every fucking topic, especially in like a 15-minute video on YouTube. So I don't know. He does a really good job, I think. If you guys aren't aware of what he does, go check out Russell Brand's YouTube channel. It's pretty dope. But first, we got to get back to this. We got to find out the very important news of who would win in a fight. In a series of Twitter posts shared on Monday, March 14th, entrepreneur Elon Musk challenged Vladimir Putin to a single combat with the aim to end the conflict in Ukraine. I hereby challenge. I hereby challenge. What the fuck? I hereby challenge Vladimir Putin to single combat, the Tesla founder tweeted. Stakes are Ukraine. So he wants to do a hand-to-hand combat, one-on-one, mano-y-mano, for the freedom of Ukraine, for to call up. What the fuck? Yeah. Hey, you know what? I mean, I'm here for it. If they're gonna do it, but see, like, isn't this like what the case that a lot of people make? It's like, why can't we just have world leaders get in a boxing ring and just box it out so we can save our children and our youth from going and dying for these fucking politicians' wars? Why aren't they fighting? Why aren't their children fucking going off and dying in these wars? So why not? Why not have Elon Musk fight Putin for the freedom of Ukraine? Fuck it, let's go. But that doesn't make money. Exactly. Yeah, it's very sad. It's very sad. I think he wants freedom. Yeah, put their ass on the line. Yeah, exactly. You want to send our kids, our fucking brothers, our sisters, you want to send all our people out to die for your resource wars and your proxy wars and your fucking and whatever the fuck this whole Ukraine Russian thing is, because there's so much behind it. There's so much involved. I was just watching the Oliver Stone documentary Ukraine on Fire, which you can only watch on Rumble right now, which is very interesting. It's been censored off of all these different platforms, and it's talking about like how, you know, it doesn't cover, because it was made back in like 2015, 2016, so it doesn't cover what's happening now, but it definitely gives you a good lead up to what is happening now. So it's a very good documentary. You guys should check it out. It's Oliver Stone's Ukraine on Fire. I haven't been able to finish it, but they talk about how the U.S. Department, the lady who's in charge there, she was talking about, she's like, fuck the EU. They're talking about the leaked phone call between, it's insane. They're just like they're blatantly talking about who they're going to put in power and who's going to take over and who they think is the best candidate to be their proxy, ruler. And it's very disconcerting, honestly. Yeah. I mean, that shit's on the YouTubes. It's the fucking, what is it? Who is it? It's leaked. Let's see. Leaked audio reveals embarrassing U.S. exchange. So this was back in 2015. And this is off Reuters right here. A conversation between State Department official and U.S. ambassador to Ukraine that was posted on YouTube revealed an embarrassing exchange on U.S. strategy for a political transition in that country, including a crude American swipe at European Union. She seriously says, fuck the European Union, or fuck the EU. She says that. This lady right here, this beautiful bunch of nonsense right here, that's who it is. On this news rings a bell. Yes, this is old news. This is very old news, but it's very important to what's going on right now. Yeah, exactly. It was big news. Not here. It wasn't big news. Here it wasn't shit. No one. right under the radar, bro. They didn't not even care. Do they have the? I actually want to hear the conversation. U.S. exchange on it. Let's. The video is even better. Yeah. Let's hear it. We're sorry, but oh yeah, of course PBS fucking took it off. Give me the freaking video. No one cares about anything else.
What do you think?
I think we're in play. The Klitschko piece is obviously the complicated electron here, especially the announcement of him as deputy prime minister. And you've seen some of my notes on the troubles in the marriage right now. So we're trying to read really fast on where he is on this stuff. But I think your argument to him, which you'll need to make, I think that's the next phone call we want to set up, is exactly the one you made to Yachts. And I'm glad you sort of put him on the spot on where he fits in this scenario. And I'm very glad he said what he said in response.
Good. So I don't think Cleach should go into the government. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you think, what, in terms of him not going into the government, just let him sort of stay out and do his political homework and stuff. I'm just thinking in terms of sort of the process moving ahead, we want to keep the moderate Democrats together. The problem is going to be Tony Book and his guys. And, you know, I'm sure that's part of what Yanukovych is calculating on all of this.
I think Yachts is the guy who's got the economic experience, the governing experience. He's the guy, you know, what he needs is Cleach and Tony Book on the outside. He needs to be talking to them 4 times a week, you know.
So they're blatantly planning who they want as their top choices of who they're going to install as the new government. This is back in 2014. What was this? The Color Wars? Was it the the Color Revolutions? Is that what they were called? And they cover all of this in that documentary, Ukraine on Fire. And so it kind of gives you a really good understanding of what is sort of going on now, you know, and Oliver Stone actually sits there and talks to fucking, this is the old, is that not Klitschko. This is this was the president that was ousted in 2014. And of course we all know, you know, saggy boobs Putin here. And then this lady, yeah, that lady. And then John McCain. John McCain's in there too. Sounds like the NBA draft. It's wild, man. It's really wild. It's a really good doc. I can't play it here, but I was trying to find how to share it. Oh, we can probably do it like this. And if you guys are interested at all, I mean, if that tickles your fancy, I mean, here you go. Enjoy that. There's the link. We're not going to watch it here, obviously, but it's very interesting. And again, I haven't finished the whole thing, but like Oliver Stone is actually talking to Vladimir Putin and shit, and it's really, really interesting to hear them talk about it. Obviously, you got to take all this stuff as a grain of salt because. You know, these are politicians, especially, I mean, Putin, he's a fucking liar. We all know that. He lies and he only cares about whatever he's trying to conquest this week. So it's you got to take it all with a grain of salt. But it's very interesting because they're talking about how at that time the president was in direct contact with Vice President Biden, and during these times, you know, his son's involved in Burisma, the Ukrainian energy company. We have all these politicians whose kids are very deeply embedded in these different business ventures in the Ukraine. Now they're admitting biolabs are there, U.S. funded biolabs. So, you know, whatever. I've been looking for freedom. Who was it? Wait a second, what did they say? What did I just see? Elon's. Wait a second, I just saw it. Oh yeah, this is Elon's villain origin story. So let's get back to the real news, though, folks. Let's get back to this, okay? Because this is what's really important. In a follow-up tweet, Musk wrote in Russian, "Do you agree to this fight?" He tagged the Kremlin's official Twitter handle. As reported by The Independent, one user suggested Putin would win the fight, to which Musk replied in a since deleted post, "If Putin could so easily humiliate the West, he would accept the challenge, but he will not." Look, he even has it in Russian. Oh shit, I didn't want to do that. Yeah. Here we go. We get to see. Oh, thank you very much for embedding this. Whatever. Is this Reuters? Where are we? Who is this? HITC. Who even knows we could trust this fucking whatever. Musk and Putin both have martial arts training. As per previous reports, Musk trained in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in Palo Alto, California, and also has experience in Kyokushin, karate, taekwondo, and judo. I feel like Musk is I feel like Musk would take him. You gotta, but you gotta remember that Putin probably has that old man strength, like he has old man strength. That's just a lifetime of building and just, and conquering and lying and KGB. I mean, he's an ex-KGB, the KGB don't fuck around. Let's see. Meanwhile, the Russian president is a judo black belt and has co-written the book Judo History, Theory, and Practice. I didn't know that he wrote a book on it. However, the International Judo Federation and European Judo Federation confirmed they were suspending Putin from his roles as honorary president ambassador after Russia's invasion of Ukraine. That's very weird that they had him as an honorary something. Yeah, fighting bears and shit. Yeah. In Russia, bad fight you. Okay, I don't know. I can't do the Russian accent right now. World Taekwondo has decided to withdraw the honorary 9th Dan black belt conferred to Mr. Vladimir Putin in November 2013. So he's trained in Taekwondo as well. Very interesting. Let's see his moves here. Look at him go. I mean, I don't know. To me, that looks a little clunky. Let's see it. Okay. Yay. Look at Mr. Vladimir Putin. All right. Let's see these again. I didn't see it very well. Look. And he had to help himself up. Oop. That guy so looked like he let him throw him. Which, yeah. Who's going to be hip tossing the fucking the president of Russia? But this one is funny. Look. Watch him get up. See? So in that, I read the Taekwondo honorary belt is given kind of inflationary. Is it just sort of like when someone is awarded the key to the city or something? It's sort of a representation of a sorts. Who would try to beat him? They are, yeah, exactly. Who's trying to beat, you're going to end up poisoned. You're going to just be in a whole nother country across the world, and you're going to grab a doorknob, and you're going to be like, oh, I guess I shouldn't have hip tossed Putin. Oh. Old man knees, more like, yes, exactly. So in my opinion, and my untrained opinion, although I did get up to green belt in Taekwondo, in my opinion, it probably won't happen. Of course it won't, but we could speculate. Well, let's see what they say. In this fight, if this fight ever went ahead, however unlikely, Putin is specifically trained in judo and has technical skills. Single combat is too broad of a term, so it would depend on the rules and techniques allowed. But if we're talking about UFC style match, Musk would have the advantage thanks to his weight and height. He stands 6 foot 2 inches and or 188 centimeters, and reportedly weighs more than 80 kilograms. In comparison, Putin's height is said to be 5 foot 5 inches or 168 centimeters. A little shorty there. Short stack. Maybe that's his problem. He fucking he has short man syndrome. While his weight is reportedly about 70 kilograms. Putin and Musk have 19-year difference, with the entrepreneur the younger combatant, so that could affect the result too. Is that it? Is that the end of the fucking thing? They didn't. Yeah. Oh. Well, that's okay. He's a full-grown man. There's a difference, I suppose. So they didn't tell us who would win the fight. They just tried to get us to look at their other stupid things. Lame. I wanted to know. Well, in my opinion, I think that Elon Musk would fuck him up, right? Like, that seems like the whole thing. And if you're going by UFC style match, definitely a classic clickbait. Yeah, it is classic. But still very interesting, because we do have some specs here that we can kind of go off of if we can actually trust what this website is saying. But, you know, I think I'm going to go with Musk. If I'm going to put money on it, I'm going with Musk. What do you guys think? You think Musk or Putin? Putin would probably just have, like, he'll be poisoning Musk. Poison. I won! I won the match! I can't do accents right now, folks. Can't do accents. Okay, so we got to the bottom of this whole Putin-Musk thing. Thank you very much, Valo, for bringing that up right off the bat, because, hey, we got to see this, too. Let's just see a little bit of this.
Was devoted just to photos of shirtless Putin doing things, action figures showing him riding bears and doing other crazy things. But where we in the US and other countries see this as kind of the crazy antics of an egomaniac, in Russia they actually have a very important political purpose.
That's an image that looks like it should be airbrushed onto the side of a van in a New Jersey rest area.
So in Russia, Putin's image is crafted very carefully to make him seem like a public figure that is both powerful and lovable.
Lovable?
So
Lovable
that is what it says when Putin is kind of interacting with animals or children. But he also is very careful in these photos to stage them so that he's powerful. He's riding the horse, kind of surveying the land around him. Often they show him as if he's kind of stepped into somebody else's profession for a day and had incredible success in it. On one occasion,
these are like terrible stock photos. We're just one step away from like two ladies in a lab coat, like one staring at a vial, and the other one like, or with a clipboard, writing it down. These are literally stock photos that Putin went and got. That's amazing. I love it. I love it. Not that I love Putin, everybody. I don't love Putin. And you know what? Prayers and good vibes and all the good stuff towards the poor people of Ukraine. Hearts go out. That shit is so worst undercover boss ever. I would say so. But my heart goes out to all the people of Ukraine right now who are fleeing. It was like 2.5 million or something people have fled their homes into other places. It's very, very sad. And you know what? I guess this would be a good segue into our first topic, or our first news article of the day. Let's just. I thought this was a very beautiful. What was going on here. It's very sad, but very beautiful. The Ukraine seller violinist becomes viral icon on social media. And I want to kind of go over this article because I think it's very nice, and it's a very interesting way of showing hope and showing you know, musicians out there still working, still doing their things, even when they're being bombed. And so let's gonna go over here and check it out. Is this it? Yeah. So we'll go back over here. So Ukraine's cellar violinist becomes viral icon on social media. And let's pull this in a little. I can't say names, so I'm terrible at this. I hope that you guys, we're laughing at Putin. I agree. In Germany, he had a series of Willis Wizen, Willie Wants to Know It. And he went to lots of profession. This is Putin, Wills. Yeah, he's killing it. Please tell me she plays Imagine. Oh my God, shut up, Epaulet. Imagine when people. What was that meme? There's a meme that I posted on my Instagram a couple days ago about that, where what Ukraine needs now is a bunch of celebrities singing Imagine into the camera, looking sad. Oh my God. Okay, we're moving on. I wish this had this amount of clarity of self and skill. Yeah. When being bombed is the most important thing to keep. Yes, thank you, Beans. Thank you. That's exactly right. Only Gal Gadot can save us. Yo. I mean, maybe with that ass. I'm just kidding, guys. I mean, she's a beautiful lady. She's a beautiful lady. I'm not gonna say that she's, you know, I mean, okay. I'm not gonna bury myself any more than I already did. All those celebs doing that was seriously unsolicited and cringe. Yeah, I agree. I mean, should we go and look at that? I mean, by the way, I'm a terrible Googler. Oh, hold on. Celebrities sing Imagine. Let's.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try.
And this is like during the pandemic, so it's like
no hell below
they were desperate for attention.
above us only sky. Imagine all the people.
Oh, I didn't know he could sing.
Living for
Sarah.
today.
I love Sarah Silverman. Why?
Imagine there's no
Okay, we're done. This is for Ukraine, everybody. Oh,
it isn't hard to do.
Have we tried offering
or die for?
Will Wonder Woman fight Putin, please? Yes, you should. You should, Epaulet. You son of a bitch. This is your fault. Okay, let's get back to this. I think Beans made a great point. Is like during wartime, you know, hope and just music is so important. It's like, you know, it's like when the musicians keep playing as the Titanic goes down. You know, it's like Pi Day, like 3.15 day. Oh no, I love Imagine. Well, you know what? I like Imagine. I like the song. I really do. I'm ready to cringe all over again. Hold on. The cringiest is Jesse. It's Jesse from Breaking Bad. Where's Jesse from Breaking Bad? That's the cringy one. Look, she can't even get her face in the fucking shot.
You may say that I'm a dreamer.
Look at who are these people that can't fucking frame a shot? Actors. Oh yeah, that's right.
Will join us, and the world will
See this guy? I like this one. Hold on.
imagine no possession.
This guy from fucking that cocaine show. That guy's a comedian from New Zealand.
No need for greed and hunger.
Oh, Pharaoh, you
Hood of man.
don't even know who that asshole is.
Sharing
Nora.
the world.
I love Nora.
You.
Love Nora.
They may say that I'm a dreamer,
Don't have
but
I.
I'm not
Don't know
the
you know.
only one.
Now you have to find Jessica. I know. Maya.
Join us,
I love Maya too.
and the world will be as one.
Wait a second. Did we miss Jesse? Aaron Paul. Where's Aaron Paul singing Imagine? Or is Aaron Paul doing something else? Maybe it's not him singing Imagine. Is it Aaron Paul? I take responsibility PSA. Thank you. It's the I take responsibility PSA. Okay, so I'm not shitting on anybody's movement. I'm not shitting on, any of these organizations. But this was very cringy for me, okay? Will cannot do anything without being funny. Yeah, I know. His hair, did you see how funny his hair was with his gray tips? Like he had literally frosted tips. Happy Pi Day, everyone. 3.14 day. Are we supposed to be celebrating this? I don't know. Is this okay to celebrate? What does this entail? What's Happy Pi Day entail? We'll come back to the Cringe Fest. Let's see. Pi Day is an annual celebration of mathematical constant pi. Pi Day is observed on March 14th since 314 are the first three significant figures of pi. It was founded in 1988 by Larry Shaw, an employee of Exploratorium, and celebrations often involve eating pie or holding pie recitation? What? Completions. What does that mean? Recitation, completion? Like they just say the number? What does the Starbucks cup look like? Eating pie and learning math. Getting fat and learning math. This is my Starbucks cover. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, do they just sit there and recite the whole thing for eternity? 3.1497867453278910193417. I don't know. It never repeats. Yeah. Yeah. So should we do that in honor of pi? Let's do that. Let's pi. Yeah. Equals. There we go. Let's just do that. Pi full number. Here we go. Let's just do this in honor of Pi Day. Here we go, guys. In honor of Pi Day, we are going to do a complete. What was it? A recitation completion. 3.1415 9265 3589793238 4626433 832795 02884 197 1693999 3751058 2097, my brothers. 49445 593 078 4808 651 3282 30664 709 38 4460955058223 317 253 9408 12848 111 74502 8410 270 1938 5211. No, you're rethinking why you stopped by this stream today. 7 made me want to abandon this life. Truly emotional. Okay, I'm bored of it. I'm sorry, guys. My ADHD brain just was like, I can't do this anymore. But I thought that was a great. I think that was a great in this. Is this yeah? This is just it. I'll just be reciting pi for the rest of the stream. No, I can't. I couldn't keep it up. But I think that was a really good I have no words, just numbers. Numbers ASMR. Yeah, Panduce vibes. Yeah. Thanks for reciting. You should get a sample of that and make a song. Maybe, yeah. I just, like, pi is a very powerful number for me, considering that I love pi, like P-I-E. I love pi, so the number itself is important. Yeah. Anyways, let's get back to this very emotional thing going on. And okay, I'm not okay. I'll save my shitty snide remarks. Okay, so Ukraine's cellar violinist becomes viral icon on social media. Ukraine's cellar violinist has gone viral on social media to symbolize hope to besieged Ukrainians. Vera says she took shelter in a basement of her apartment building in Kharkiv, a city under siege by the Russian army. The heavy Russian bombing of Kharkiv started 2 weeks ago, and her father and neighbors sought the safety of the building's basement. Bombs can fall everywhere in our city, so we decided to go down in the cellar, the 39-year-old told the Associated Press in a recent interview. We're about 12 people now. We have little boys, we have teenagers, we have old women, she says, referring to the people who share the cellar with her. She told the press that she decided to lighten their spirits with classical music a week into the cellar stay. All these people are my brothers and sisters now. I was trying to make them think about something and not about the war for some minutes while playing, she shares. Let's listen to this. It's really interesting to hear this because in the background you can kind of hear bombs going off. Sing the number to the tune of Imagine. 3.1497. Hold on. Hold on. We'll come back to this. This is such an ADHD stream when it's just me. It's just like, hold on. Hold on. This is gonna be stupid. Okay. Okay. Wait. Come on. Wait a second. That ain't shit. Give me the good shit. Google. Okay, here we go. Maybe this will help. Okay. 3.1415 92653 58979 32384 62433. Okay, I forgot how to. Okay, never mind. It's stupid. I don't even remember how it's. Hold on. Maybe we have to go back to the cringe fest. Oh, I forgot about this. Hold on. We'll do Aaron Paul.
Responsibility.
Right here. Listen.
I take responsibility.
I'm sorry. 3.149. Imagine 3.474. What is it? Hold on. What is it? 899862. Okay, I can't do it without. Yeah, I guess that sounds like Christian Bale's Batman. Yes, it does. That was Aaron Paul, being really cringy. I thought he was singing Imagine, but it's no. Look at him.
I take responsibility.
I wonder how many takes that took for him. And like he really had to think out how he's gonna do it, like he really had to. I take full responsibility. I take all the responsibility. It's my fault. All the terrible things in the world is my fault. These fucking assholes.
Responsibility. I take
I mean, this was like a nice thing, you know, like
unchecked moment.
For every time it was easier to ignore than to call it out for what it was.
Every not so funny joke. Every unfair stereotype.
Do you think he did that blinky thing? He had to like swear to me that you hate racism. Swear it! I hate it, everybody. I hate it. I hate racism and death to Putin. I hope Putin dies. How about that? I'm just kidding. I honestly don't hope anyone dies. That's the sad thing about all of this is that I don't actually think. I just want that person to stop hurting people. That's all. Stop murdering innocent people for your shitty wars. That's my whole thing. Your shitty, stupid wars. Like, I'm just against violence. That's all. I just don't like it.
Every blatant injustice, no matter how big or small.
Was she reading?
Every time I remained silent.
Every time I explained away police brutality. Or turned a blind eye.
I take responsibility. Black.
Let's watch her again. That was funny. I liked her little pause there. Actors, they're so dramatic.
Every time I remained silent.
Every time I explained away police brutality. Or turned a blind eye.
I take responsibility.
Every time I explained away police brutality. And I hate racism. Yeah.
Black people are being slaughtered in the streets, killed in their own homes. These are our brothers and sisters,
Our friends, our family. We are done watching them die.
Can I just say, though, to give these folks credit, I mean, racism is over now, right? They solved the problem with this video. All of America's fucked up problems with race is all solved now. Also, we've moved on to World War III, folks. So, racism over, COVID over, World War III only. All right, I'm getting bummed out. Let's go and check out this bum out right here now. ADHD, okay? ADHD. This is what happens. This is what happens when I don't have someone talking. When I'm not focused in on someone talking to me, this is what happens. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, let's listen to that. This is actually very interesting to me because, well, let's just listen. Listen, you can listen in the background. I agree with you, Samo. I do. Why it was to me when I saw that it was just a desperate need for attention and to hop on, what was currently happening at that time. There was a lot of protests / riots and violence going on in the streets. There were some people getting shot by police. That did happen. But for me, when you look at that from the safety of their homes, living in Hollywood, if they really give a shit about that, when have they been out in the streets too, but they weren't out in the streets protesting. So yeah, that to me is just them like, I'm going to be a celebrity and I'm going to use my influence to stop racism because this will work, because that solved everything. Yeah, I thought it was thirsty. I thought it was thirsty as fuck. But I really thought this was interesting because this young lady, well, she's not young, I guess. She's 39, but this lady is sitting here and she has like a really nice dress on. I mean, what a sad moment, but like a beautiful moment. And also, she's not the greatest violinist, but bombs are dropping while she's trying to maintain, some kind of, I don't know, some kind of hold on civility. It's wild. I mean, I couldn't imagine that. I mean, I can't imagine that at all. I mean, I've never been, as an American here, I've never been, invaded, or we've never been invaded. We've never had to have that. I couldn't imagine this. I couldn't imagine being in a basement, trying to. I do remember as a kid, there was a time, and this is the power of prayer, honestly, and not that I'm a big God person at all. I'm not, but I do believe that prayer or what do you call it, mantras, or just saying things or repeating things, saying something, it is comfort. It does bring comfort. I was a kid and there was a tornado warning, and I remember the tornado had touched down, and it was just me and I was staying with my sister for the weekend, and we had to go down to the basement in this apartment building, and everybody was scared. Everybody was just sort of sitting there in silence, waiting, for things to pass, and we had a little radio, and they said that the tornado had touched down, and and I remember just started praying, and at the time I was a very devout Catholic. I was like in 7th grade maybe, and I started praying in my head. Maybe I was in 6th grade. I can't remember, but I started praying in my head, and I think, what was I saying? I can't remember what I was saying. I think I was saying the Hail Mary, which is, "Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed be among." Oh my God, I forgot it. My indoctrination didn't work very well. So I do remember praying, and it brought me great comfort. It was a lot of comfort. So, I mean, that's a huge lesson, Our all right time to get these jokes off. They really cared about racist politics and changing the world, and then they would stop Tom Hanks' son for being Jamaican accent. That is the real tragedy. Yeah. Appropriation. We talk about that a lot because, we talk to a lot of musicians. We talk to a lot of artists who, we talk to a lot of white rappers, white reggae artists, and we do talk about that. And it does seem to be some sort of, a stigma against them doing that. And we even talked about it in the last podcast we did with Enigmatic, and it is interesting how people will focus in on that and let everything else go by the wayside. I'm not the best believer in prayer and religion myself, but I wonder if praying before bed has sort of helped me stay safe while I lived alone abroad for 2 years. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Just putting good intentions out into the world. You don't have to pray to, white Jesus or anything. You can pray to whatever. You can pray to the flying spaghetti monster or the universe. It's like just sending good intentions out, or just being like, dear universe, I hope the best for the Ukrainian people. I hope that, we can stay safe. I send love and forgiveness, and I send, all the good shit. You can do that. Pray to Black Biggie too. Yeah, exactly. Black Biggie too. Here we are in America. Somebody answer that cell phone in the theater. We will go asphalt, LOL, composure with real situation. This young lady is amazing. I'm sorry, sir. I stand corrected. We were invaded when the Beatles came over. They had all the women hemped up. Yo. What the funny thing is about the women, the young ladies, when the British invasion and the Beatles came over, is that, and this happened with Elvis too, and with Michael Jackson, is the rooms, when you hear people talk about those rooms where they're playing, they said it smelled like piss and shit. Like there were literally girls pissing themselves, fainting, shitting themselves. Like it really did do something to young ladies. And it probably scared the shit out of their parents. I can see how that could scare the shit out of your parents. And it's just because they were talking about like, all these things that were never really talked about and there was stigmas about back then. Like people had fancy ways of talking about sex back then. And, this became part of the mainstream. And, and it's sort of, you can draw sort of connections between, the 1950s and 60s, how rock and roll sort of came through like a tornado and flipped everything upside down, to WAP. You know what I mean? Like fucking wet ass pussy, bucket in a mop, wop wop. There's people out here who are like, oh my God, I'd never let my daughter listen to this. And it's just the evolution of music, I suppose, pushing the boundaries. I don't know, but it is funny. It's funny you brought that up, Samuel. There are definitely power of prayer. I think self-talk, internal dialogue of hope, it is incredibly soothing. It's basically meditation, right? Exactly. Prayer, meditation, mantras, sending out good vibes and good energy it's all part of it. It's all part of prayer in some sort. You don't have to be praying to white Jesus or Wi-Fi Jesus, Bro, you got to believe in Wi-Fi Jesus. Personal religion can protect you more than yourself. Yeah, is Wi-Fi Jesus like a VPN or something? Oh my God, my niece was dancing to WAP a few weeks ago. Yo, I mean, you see like 10-year-old girls, 12-year-olds is like WAP pussy, drop it, bucket mops, pussies, yeah. It's like, damn, son. It's very interesting to me. I think it's a very interesting I don't know, interesting progression of music where it just, and what's interesting is that gets labeled as women empowerment. And so, I mean, I'm not sure how that works. I mean, I see it, like, I think it's amazing that women get to express themselves however they want to express themselves, when not too long ago that was, looked down upon or wasn't allowed in general. So on one side of me, freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom to express yourself, freedom to be a woman or freedom to be, non-binary, freedom to be a man, freedom to be who you want to be and having a place to stand in this world, that is super important to me. But then there's this other side who's a father, a parent, and I don't censor my son on what he can listen to. If he wants to listen to WAP, he can listen to WAP. He's a young kid, but I don't think it hurts people. Like, that's the thing. It's not like it's hurting children. It's not like physically like, oh my God, I can't hear anymore. I'm blind. Could you imagine listening to WAP and you went blind? I could. I at least go deaf. I actually like the song. It's kind of catchy, but as a parent, there is a side of me that's like, this is not really the greatest thing that I would want, if I had a little girl. This is not the life. But that's the thing about being a parent and being a responsible parent, is that you explain. You can talk to your kids. You can tell them. You can be like, hey, this is what this person does, and it's okay for them to do that. But, you should have a little self-respect in the world. And I'm not disparaging Cardi or Megan Thee Stallion. I mean, I think they're both amazing artists who've worked their asses off to get what they got. We censor what he can watch and hear. Thank goodness he chooses things that aren't WAP. Yeah, exactly. That's the other side of it. Of good parenting is sort of having you give them enough choices there and enough independence, and they don't feel the need to sort of revolt. They're more susceptible to learning and wanting to watch things that are, or wanting to ingest things that are more, their speed. The real question, no, we need to ask is, where is Queen Latifah? We need you. I thank you to make a reboot and I'll come back. Yeah, Queen Latifah is awesome. Yeah, and I didn't realize how fucking fine, like, and she's still beautiful. I'm not shitting on her aging at all, because she's aging like fine wine. But damn, I was watching a video. I was like, damn, bringing the thickness back in the day, son. And that's why Megan Thee Stallion is pretty awesome. Hold on. Her Instagram is the shit. Come on, Estupido. Okay. All right. Fuck this. I'm not dealing with that. You go faster and faster. Oh, I don't know how to spell good. There, the stallion. There she is. Look at this thickness. Now see, this is what's been amazing about this whole like big butt movement that's gone on in the last few years, is that like ladies can feel comfortable being like just doing their thing. They don't have to feel like they have to hide it. Like curves. I don't know if anybody's old enough to remember the early 2000s, but hold on. Early 2000 fashion. Let's go there. Look at this. This is what was the business, right? Like you had to be these sizes, right? You had to be like low cut, you had to be anorexic. You had to be like this, like, you know, nothing against being skinny. There's nothing wrong with it. I thin is in, but I mean, look at this. Paris Hilton, look at that. Like what was she doing? Like that is, I'm sorry, personally, it's just not what I'm into. And then you look at this and you're just like, bam, baby. It did. And you know what? My wife, one of them, because Reina was very conscious of pop culture and what it was, you know, and this, when we were kids, you know, this was in, like whatever this is, I mean, I'm like, just eat a fucking sandwich, bro. Eat some carbs. I don't know. Enjoy carbs once in a while. And then you have this, and I'm just like, fuck yes, this is where it's at. Okay, now Google 2020 fashion. Which that is 2020 fashion. Which I guess this is, you know, like, this is a little bit more, I feel like it's gotten a little more modest, I suppose. You know, mom jeans, waist-high jeans and stuff. Waist-high slacks for the ladies. Rihanna, Riri trying to do it. You know, and that was the thing, if you didn't have a certain body type back then, you were sort of, you know, you weren't considered the sign of beauty, right? You weren't a symbol of beauty if you weren't, you know, size -12, you know. It's like, if you're not that, then I'm here for the chonk. Yes, indeed. They make it a stallion and Harlem Nights have something in common. They all need to wear steel-toe shoes. One of your wives. Yeah, one of my very many wives. But I just love that. I love that this, and this is, you know, this is what I'm into personally, and not to objectify women. It's just that I have taste. I'm a dude. I'm a proud man, and I'm sorry for that, everyone. I'm sorry, I'm a proud cisgendered male. Okay? I'm proud. I'm not going to hate myself for it. Oh, I better not show this. But I mean, come on. This has to be TOS. Okay. All right. We should probably stop. You know what's sad about this is that thick ladies don't get any love because of, like, especially on here, like Amaranth is pretty thick and she's always getting hammered on for showing too much. And it's like, yo, it's just that she has big hips. She's just thick, son. Like, they can't help it. But it's great that the taste, the fashion has all sort of encompassed, women of all shapes and sizes, men of all shapes and sizes. And if you want to be chubby, that's great. If you want to be, overweight, I say it's unhealthy. I'm not saying that Megan Thee Stallion is overweight at all, everybody. I'm saying that it's a healthy young lady right there. That is healthy, babe. Hold on. Yes, exactly. Just grab those cakes, those cakes. I have a preference. I do. Yes, taste for women, like some women have taste for men. Exactly. And people just have taste, and there's nothing wrong. What locker room talk have I gotten myself into? I'm sorry, Morbs. I'm sorry. We'll get back to the we just went down. All the dudes were like, yeah. I'm sorry, ladies. I'm sorry. We didn't need to stay on that too long. But I'm just saying, in my way, that was an homage to ladies being free to express themselves with their bodies, with their wet ass pussy lyrics, with the freedom to do that. But I think what we're coming back to is the responsibility of ingesting this stuff and taking it for what it is as entertainment, and all that good stuff. Cakes. You wouldn't be you without your taste. Oh, that girl with the freaking dagger shoulders or hotness. Right? Like, I feel like that might hurt me. I like how passionate you are about tasting. Okay, we're moving on. So I just thought this was really fascinating, and I love this. I love that she's doing this, and I just think that there was something tragically beautiful about playing violin while bombs are destroying the city, your city, the place you grew up in around you. Yeah, I know. So let's sort of get back into it. And you hear the bombs, you hear the explosions in the background. It's crazy. So yeah, there you go. Later, she began to film her recitals and post them onto YouTube for the world to see. You can see them on her YouTube channel featuring her playing Vivaldi and even singing in Russian folk song. Oh, singing a Russian folk song. I didn't expect that. Oh, wait a second. Did I miss something? The reaction on social media has been tremendous as people share videos of her playing. I didn't expect that because I was posting just to reach my friends, my relatives, my aunt near Kiev, and I'm afraid for her, she says, addressing her status as a social media star, Ukraine's stellar violinist. My friends are in different cities all over Ukraine, and I'm trying to keep in connection with them. I text them several times a day to know if they're alive. How fucked up is that? You have to text your friends to make sure they're still alive. I mean, I always try to put myself in other people's shoes to try to understand where it comes from, where they're coming from, because I think it's very important to try to imagine things to the best of your ability. And it's really hard for me to imagine. I can't even begin to know what that's like, but I imagine that's just frightening. I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's just fucking horrible. Many people text me now saying that my videos give them such support and hope. They can see that someone stays here in Kharkiv. She adds, before the war, she played for the Kharkiv City Opera Orchestra and taught music lessons. She says she hopes her videos will raise awareness and funds for Kharkiv's music community. I mean, I just think that's amazing. Just absolutely amazing. So yeah, her YouTube is right here. This is her Vivaldi in part 1. In part 1. In D part 1. Where is the... I can never find the comments when I want to find the comments. The comments are very nice too. It's very nice. Very messed up for real. Yeah, I agree. It's very messed up. It's very messed up that this is what they have to go through right now because of some dude's, boner for fucking glory, And that's what people are saying. It's like he's doing all this for glory, to reunite the USSR. It's like, bro, get over it. That was so, what was that, in the 90s? Was that early 90s when that happened, or in the 80s? I think it was the 80s when that dissolved, right? When the Berlin Wall came down and, Ronald Reagan, right? Ronald Reagan, that's right. Such matronly trait to want to take care of everyone through music. I agree. I think it's a beautiful thing, and that's the thing about music, is that it can transport you to a different place, even when bombs are exploding around you. So very amazing, and a very amazingly brave young lady. And if you guys are interested in checking out her YouTube channel, it's pretty cool. I went through and listened to a few things. Again, she's not the greatest violinist in the world, but she is definitely pretty awesome. So I kind of want to stay on the subject of Russia. To make things more bummer, Russian rapper Oxymoron announces Russians Against War concert series in Istanbul. I really like this. I heard some of this dude's stuff. He raps in Russian and stuff. But Russian rapper Oxymoron has announced a series of charity concerts he's calling Russians Against War, or RAW concerts. Oxymoron, I don't know if I'm saying his name, made headlines in February when he canceled a series of sold-out concerts in Russia, which is a long line of record companies. We have a lot of different American artists who canceled a bunch of their shows in Russia. So this is a long line of artists who are sort of showing protest against the war by canceling their appearances there, which, I'm always for musicians and artists standing up for what they believe in, unless I take responsibility. Unless it's just for shitty attention, and that bothers me. And I can't say that all those actors in that video that are talking about taking responsibility for racism, I can't say that there weren't some genuine feelings there. I'm sure there were people who said that who really meant that shit. It just was cringe. It was just cringe. Today, my nose is red. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. The Raw concerts will begin next week in Istanbul. In the video announcing the new concert series, the rapper condemned the actions of Russia. Today, my nose is red from the cold. I'm cheerful but very angry. I'm angry because shit's still fucked up. Because the war in Ukraine has been going on for more than 2 weeks. And yet there are tens of millions of Russians who categorically disagree with this war. And I think this should be said as loudly as possible. And I agree. Now, can we confirm tens of millions of Russians are against the war? No. We see what we see on our, news feeds and our, when we're scrolling. We do see protests in Russia. But in the fog of war, I'm not sure what to believe anymore. So you have governments reaching out to TikTok stars right now to give them to give them the message to spread. So here in America, There's some TikTok stars who are being talked to by the Biden administration and being informed. They're being informed on what's going on, and basically they're being told what to say. And so you'll see this. It's really interesting. You'll see this. What you've seen a lot of TikTok stars sort of reciting the same things. Let's see, TikTok stars recite same propaganda. And we'll see if Google even allows us. Biden is using TikTok stars to fight against Russia's report. So this is from Fortune. So, last month, The Guardian proclaimed the Kremlin's invasion of Ukraine the first TikTok war, which it's been really interesting to watch war on TikTok. It's wild, highlighting the Russian celebrities using the platform to speak out against Putin, the Ukrainians placing themselves in harm's way to put the horrors of war on full display. Which, that's what's happening right now. It's it's wild. It's wild to see this shit. If there remained any doubt about the Ukrainian conflict or doubt that the Ukrainian conflict is indeed the first TikTok war, it evaporated this week. Vice dropped an investigative piece on a campaign it unearthed to pay Russian TikTok influencers to post videos pushing pro-Kremlin narratives. And this is what I was talking about. So Russia was paying TikTok influencers. So let's see if we can find those videos, because they're just like, it's all pro, invade shit, and this is what they're doing now. So this is what's happening. Another way of getting propaganda out there is using these social media influencers, and it's wild, man. It's really wild what's going on with propaganda and how people are being propagandized. And I mean, obviously everyone knows and heard over the past few years these words, misinformation and disinformation. We've been hearing this constantly, and they use it anytime they don't agree with somebody, anytime that they want to bring someone down a peg. Misinformation, they're spreading disinformation. And this happened with Joe Rogan, and again, I'm not sitting here, sticking up for Joe Rogan and all the things that he's done. I'm just saying that there are things that he was talking about that are now kind of coming out to be sort of true. And, things are sort of coming out now that sort of vindicate what Joe Rogan was talking about. And whether you agree with him or not, or hate him or love him, the fact of the matter is that he's highly influential. He gets more downloads than anything that CNN or NBC or Fox News does. And the fact is that he wasn't spreading misinformation, and it's all kind of coming out now. Again, I'm not standing up for any of the things he said in the past. I'm not saying yes, he's awesome, or no, he's or he's awful. I'm just saying that some of the shit he says actually did come out to be true. So I want to see these TikTok. I've seen the videos on TikTok where they're all standing up for, and wow, they're not going to let us see it on Google, I bet. Tweets and replies. Is this? What is this?
T for being cool with Big Bang P, but Big Bang P just linked up with China, and if I'm not mistaken, Big Bang P is one of the richest men in the world, and everybody and their mama owe China some money, so we might have an issue. But
is this it? Russian TikTok influencers. This is the Vice piece that they're talking about. Has it been removed? Yeah. So this is what happens, and sometimes this is what happens in news, like even local news organizations. You'll see these videos where they're all just saying and reciting the same shit, the same shit. So this is them, and we can't understand what they're saying. Well, I can't understand what they're saying. I can't say we, because that'd be rude, because they're probably other people in other countries can talk multiple languages, and here in America, we talk like one language poorly. So for the most part. So this is very interesting to me.
Стали средством информационной войны.
Она убивает о дети погибших в Донбассе. За время войны погибли сотни невинных детей.
Вот уже на протяжении целых 8 лет.
Освободительная операция РФ – это вынужденная мера.
Мы не хотим установки новых ветряных на Донбассе и вернуть детям мирное небо над головой. Мы за мир.
Я прошу вас сохранить холодный рассудок и вернуть детям мирное небо над головой.
I mean that's wild, right? And these people are getting, thousands of likes, thousands of plays.
Хочу войны, я за мир и...
Дети уже давно стали средством информационной.
I mean, it's really weird. It's really weird to see. Did you see that you got my emotes for? Oh, yeah. I just watched this video this morning about how TikTok is now more popular than Google. Yeah, and it's more popular. There's been more views on TikTok than there has been on YouTube. It's surpassed YouTube in views, which is wild, right? Because TikTok is not that old. And YouTube is, yes, weird lips. Yeah, I don't know. And by the way, friends, because a lot of people are doing this. What is this big lip thing? Like, come on, this is not. I'm sorry, but if you don't, I love big lips. I like me some big lips. I like me some big hips. Okay, but this, whatever these things are happening over here, these lovely young ladies over here with their filters and their butt fat lips. It's not for me. Not for me. But hey, if y'all like it, you go on with your bad selves. Just be you, baby. Well, they say if you control media, mass media, or social media, you can control the will of the people, which is a very interesting statement, Zippy, because over the last, this has been happening over the last, I would say 6 years in America, where it's really, I mean, it's always happened, right? Like, here's the thing, none of this is new. None of the manipulation of media, I mean, it's all come out here, especially here in America, that the CIA had people embedded into news organizations and actors, and they have narratives running at all times, right? They are definitely on top of it. So there's no secret that this is what's going on. But in the last few years, because of the internet, it's made it so apparent and it's made it so accessible to see it like this. Like we're seeing it. They're just laying these videos on top of each other and they're literally saying the same shit. And this is the way it works with news. So it's always been this, but it's just been it's just gone into hyperspeed now, right? Like it's everywhere. And now that we have these phones that we can be propagandized at all times, while on the subway, while on the shitter, while walking the dog, you're just, Russia bad, oh God, I gotta wear my mask longer now. Oh, like all the things. It's just constant barragement of what we need to be told and what we need to think, and it's just been so divisive and terrible in these last 6 years. Since fucking Trump was in office, the fucking Orange Wonder himself, douchebag, he came through and fucked it all up, and just with his divisive tweets and how much that people hated him, and then how much the deep state hated him, and I know that goes into that conspiracy thing, but the fact is that there are people behind the scenes who are controlling these things. There are people behind the scenes. There are career politicians. They're career people. Just because we vote out the president every 4 years doesn't mean that we vote out the director of the CIA or the director of the FBI, right? Like, there are people in place who've been there for years, who've been doing this, who are very good at their jobs, and disseminating information that they deemed usable. And it does seem that since Trump, that there has been this narrative to separate, to divide in any way possible. And it's just, it's terrible. It's terrible. And now this no-fly zone thing, there's this big debate on Twitter, which, everyone knows Twitter isn't real, but it is real. Because people on Twitter can influence what people do and companies do. but there's this big debate about these no-fly zones, and it's coming from mostly the left side. And again, I'm the centrist. I'm the fence-sitting, milquetoast centrist. Okay, I'm just over here doing this. You know, I like to see both sides of things. I have different beliefs than I don't. And all my beliefs don't go all left. All my beliefs definitely don't go all right. But I definitely see some things on both sides that I can agree with. And it's just very scary that people who claim to be liberals or on the left are calling for no fly zones, which is an act of war. You know, this is hot war now. Now you're talking about injecting ourselves into a situation, you know, in a very violent way. And it's just very interesting to see that shift of people, you know, like for America in the mid 2000s, we had the war hawks of the neocons, of the George Bushes and the Dick Cheneys and the Rumsfelds, who were fucking, when we did our own invasion of Iraq, under the pretense that there is weapons of mass destruction. And so what did Putin say? There's Nazis in Ukraine. We got to go eliminate it. And it turns out there is Nazis in Ukraine, like real life Nazis that people are cheering on, that you can cheer on these Nazis, these real life Nazis, because they're training people to fight. So, yay, Nazis. Death to Putin. Like, it's very strange. It's a very, very strange time to be alive. And the internet just is confusing and muddying the waters. So it's very confusing. And that's why I have to, you know, say, you know, like, who can we even trust? Who do we trust? You know, what news organizations do you actually trust? And really, it's just reading a lot and looking into a lot of different things. It's just crazy. Honestly, I'm surprised that there are just as many people in support of Trump as there are many people against him. And while I personally don't like the guy, I find the whole thing rather interesting. I agree. I find it very interesting that Donald Trump is a quote-unquote racist, but yet his voter base across the board, white, black, Latinos, all the POCs, they have gone up in his voting. Like from 2016 to 2020s, the percentages of POCs voting for Trump has gone up. So yeah, I do think he said some racist shit, and I do think he says some wild shit, and he's incoherent at times. But yeah, it is interesting that, you know, Russia didn't invade Ukraine while Trump was there, or there was no real new wars that started. I mean, they were perpetuated, but they weren't new wars. And then all of a sudden, you get a guy like Joe Biden in, and a year later, here we are, right? Like our inflation, gas prices, wars. Like the first thing he did, he started bombing other countries. That was like a couple months into his presidency. So it is strange. And I can see, when I take a step back, I can see how some people can be on board with Trump, and, you know, and then how some people are sort of just playing for their home team, you know, like me. That's what I did. I played for the home team. I went for Byron. I did it because the other guy was horrible, and lesser of two evils. But is it lesser of two evils when now we're in this middle of this crazy ass World War III situation? I don't know. I'm just a shitty, chubby musician here in Brohio, United States. So hey, make your own mind up. It's so easy to follow, hard to make yourself when there's so much information always being thrown at you. Exactly. And that's the point here, right? It's like there's so much information being thrown at us, and that so much of it is blatant lies. So much of it is to sway our opinion on a narrative. So much of it has been I don't know. So much of it has just been used in very improper ways, and it's very scary. And I don't know what to do about that. I just wish news was boring again. Hindsight is 2020. You guys remember that? You guys remember that? Fucking right at the beginning of 2020, everybody was like, hindsight 2020, or what was the hashtag? Hindsight 2020. And then the pandemic came. What was the hashtag? It was hashtag Is that hindsight? Is that, yeah, hindsight. It was just very funny, the hashtag. Everybody's like, hindsight 2020, you know, like, this is my new year. This is going to be the best year ever. Turned out to be a terrible year for everybody. Look at everybody's like, yeah, hindsight 2020. This is what people were writing. The best part about being who you are. Anyways, how much hope we had at the beginning of 2020 and how quickly that dissipated. Anyways, getting back to our Russian rapper, which is going to lead us into our next segment as well. Best year ever for the introverts. You know, Zip, I couldn't agree more. I honestly, that was, it wasn't a terrible year for me. Honestly, it was, and I said this a lot during the time. I'm like, this isn't that bad, guys. I don't mind being home. I literally worked and turned my podcast into something else. It's, you know, and I'm not going to gloat, but my podcast did really well on the audio side since I was able to put all that time into it. So I was able to get a lot of work done. I was able to really figure out shit, you know. I was good with it. Now I'm fucking working at the homeless shelter and I'm out in the world now. It makes me uneasy. I'm just an anxious guy. That's all. Now I'm drinking coffee. No, I was just gonna closet race. Gay pride can have their own parades, so the racists feel like they're on the same pride length. I was just gonna closet racist. I was gonna do that. There were people legit acting like it was the end of the world just because they couldn't leave their house for like 2 weeks. Like, bro, get a grip. Well, it was more than 2 weeks, right? But there were people but look, like, here's the thing about the pandemic is that at the beginning, we all thought it was the end of the world. So we all got to keep in mind that it did affect us and it was traumatizing. And then we also got to keep in mind that some people aren't built for that. Some people aren't built for sitting in their house all the time. Some people need to be out in the world living their lives. And I get that, you know. I mean, you know, I don't understand it completely, but I get it. I was young once. I used to hang out and party and do things. So I get that aspect. And then you got to understand the mental health that went on, the decline in mental health, the amount of suicides that took place, the amount of drug addiction, drug overdoses. So much of that skyrocketed. So it was traumatic for a lot of people. We have to keep that in mind. Just because certain people, like myself, flourished and did rather well for themselves, doesn't mean that happened for everybody. And you know, that's the other part of it. Is like, I don't know. I do understand that the world has been traumatized. You know who hasn't been traumatized? The homeless. The homeless don't give a fuck. I've really enjoyed and really loved working with the homeless. But like, if anybody, any like snowflakes and love you snowflakes, but if anybody, you know, any wokesters ever worked in a fucking homeless shelter, your minds are just going to melt in your skulls. Like, it's just homophobic statements, racist ass statements. It's just the worst talk you could imagine, and mixed with violence. So let me just tell you how much the homeless didn't give a fuck about this. You know what? The homeless was actually dope about it because they got their stimulus. They got their stimulus, son. They were mad when I first got there. There were still people coming in. It's like, is there any more stimulus? And I'm just like, there's no more stimulus. I think they stopped with the stimulus, and they got mad. People get mad, like, motherfuck you. Like, I remember this dude came in, and he's like, nah, I'm supposed to be getting another stimulus check. And I'm just like, no, man, I think that's over. You don't have any more checks here. He's like, fuck you, man. And then walked out. I don't know if I told you guys this, but we'll come back to this. I'm not forgetting about this because this is important for our next segment here. But at work, my boss was telling me she likes to go through and report to me what we do, what's been broken, what's being fixed, and when we can expect things to get fixed. So we're going into the men's bathroom, and there's a shower in the bathroom, and the shower for the last couple of weeks have been just backing up, and we're like, what is going on? Like, why does it keep backing up? We had people come in, they couldn't figure it out. And so finally they had a plumber come in because we always had our maintenance guy looking, who's just trying to figure it out. And it's like, well, obviously he don't know what's going on. So we had a plumber come in. Not only are they finding drug paraphernalia down the drain, but we found an abnormal amount of feces down the drain. Yes, that's right, folks. They've been waffle stomping their shit down the drain, and it's been backing the drain. They have been shitting in the shower, stomping it through. Yes, thank you, Reina. Thank you for that cancel. You're right. I do believe that's it. Yeah. No. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, Lord. They are they're doing their drugs, and then they're shitting down the drain, and then putting their drug paraphernalia down the drain as well. And so when we're looking down the drain, I'm just like, I mean, that is a big drain, and what they're doing is they're either stomping it through the grate, or they're just removing the grate altogether, because we found the grate ripped off too. And I don't know if they're squatting or whatever, but the hole's pretty big. It's a pretty big drain, you know. It's about that big, you know. And they're just shitting straight down that fucking drain. And that's not even okay. And then the women's bathroom, they've fucking they've blown up the toilet. Like, all the toilets are clogged indefinitely. Okay, they've clogged all the toilets. They've literally broken, like, they broke the sink. They literally broke the sinks, all of the sinks. There's 3 of them. All of the sinks are gone, broken, and the shower is broken as well and clogged up. So we don't know what the ladies are doing in the ladies' dorm, but we closed the whole ladies' dorm down. It's like, this is not getting fixed until winter, or until this program's over. So, like, the program I work for is a program that's open during the winter, and it's to serve the community while the winter months are going, and so they don't freeze to death. And then what we do is we take all of our residents who stay at the shelter, we move them to a hotel. They stay at a hotel for the winter, and then we open up the shelter for people. And so this allows random folks to come in. And so every day you get kind of a new mix, and it's always different people. It's always just it's a very dynamic job that I've really grown to like. It's stressful at times, and it's like causes a lot of anxiety in me and sometimes. But I have to say that it's been like it's exhilarating, and it's really fun to like hang out and talk to these racist homophobes. No, I'm just kidding. It's been really fun to hang out and really get to know people. Like, I talked to this guy who played, I don't know if you guys know who the Four Tops are, but the Four Tops are a very famous Motown group who has tons and tons and tons of hits. So, like, let's see, Four Tops hits. And we'll just go through them. And then, I can't help myself. I love you when nobody else. Woo! Tons and tons and tons and tons of hits, right? And so he was someone who traveled with them for 8 years, and he was the guitarist. He traveled with them for 8 years, and he was addicted to crack cocaine, and he had a conversation with God that he heard in his head. And he told God that he was going to change his life, and he was going to tour and play with a famous band, and he did. And so it was a very beautiful story that he was telling me, and he was very, it was very emotional. And then we got to the part where how he ended up at the shelter. Turns out he's homeless because his family has sort of disowned him because he's disowned his son. And he didn't come out and say it, but let's just say he says that his son's an abomination in God's eyes, and therefore his eyes. So it's always like this. It's always like this. Like, you have this beautiful story where there's tears involved and there's this real connection. And then you find out he's a big homophobe who disowned his own son, and therefore his family has turned on him because he can't get past it. The first year I met this guy, he was like, another teary thing, another beautiful story. He went down to help in the hurricane effort a few years ago in Florida. He just was down on his luck, and just a really nice guy. And then after the interview, because I was filming for an interview, because I do filming for this, for the shelter, and that's how I got involved with the shelter. It was putting on, me and Reina help do a fundraiser every year. And the first year I was shooting videos to sort of highlight different programs that the shelter offers. And this one was for this winter program. And it's great because there's this whole thing. He's like crying and shit. Hold on, I can actually show you guys. I probably shouldn't. Never mind. I can do it. I don't care. We'll be talking about it anyways. Where is he? This right here. So this is the video I did.
Winter in Toledo. When it's 20 degrees at night, it is cold. That's why here at St. Paul, we have the Winter Crisis Program. Anybody who is homeless can come in for a warm meal, for a cot, and more importantly, have a warm place to spend the night. A lot happens at Winter Crisis, and I want to show you. My name is Joe Habib. I'm the president and CEO of St. Paul's Community Center. Well, we are right here in the Winter Crisis room, as you can see.
Yeah, let's get past
behind
Joe.
me is very loud. I call it the Winter Crisis music.
Hey,
this
Whisper
is what
Glitter, welcome in.
So we can make room for the cots.
The reason I like to help is because
they don't do this anymore.
Very blessed to be here. I was in Florida doing the Hurricane Michael thing and doing electrical plumbing, and came back, and I stayed in motels until I was broke. I got a job, and it's just part-time, and I just don't have enough money to stay full-time in a motel. It'd be tough on me. I don't know. I don't know where I'd be. But I was hoping I'd be out of the cold. Everybody goes through downtime in their life. They're always not at the top of the mountain. And it's nice to have folks like you to help us out. I appreciate it with all my heart.
Dramatic black and white cry.
As you have seen, Winter Crisis is
so
an important program.
That old man biker Santa, right? Right after we have this conversation, he comes up to Joe, who is the CEO there. He says, "Can I tell you something, Joe? It would be a lot quieter if you stopped letting these blacks in here." And I'm just sitting there like, and Joe's like, "Oh, okay." I'm just like, fuck. That's the part about that you don't know, which I probably shouldn't have even brought that up. But anyways, I did. And there it is. I missed some stuff back here. Let me see. No, it's just the closet racism. It's just jumping out, and now it's okay to be racist and proud. We're trying to line up with the same progress of the LGBT community. The fight for racist rights. Sorry, auto text messed me up. Oh yeah. I see what you're saying there. I'm sorry I missed it. Now that I just sort of brought that thing back up. Anyways, yes, I love the true tears. Yes, me too. I think it's important to get the full picture. Well, and here's the thing, like I said, it's there's nothing. I'm loving what I do. I really am, and I'm hoping that I can stay on board with after this program. But there's a lot of mental health, and there's a lot of drug addiction. Issues, and there's some people who just land in there that just had a hard time. And, people who grow up and don't have a support system, they don't have, no one's teaching them correctly. No one's, they don't have people in their corner to tell them that it's wrong. And so, yeah, Beans, I'll shit talk. I shit talk hard. If someone tells me a racist joke in there, I will be like, listen, that wasn't funny. And the next time you say that and I hear you say that to another person, you're out. I don't fuck around. I don't like it. Like, TikTok love. You want to do some TikTok? We'll try to get to that. We'll try to get to that whispery glitter. We have so much going on right now. So we're going to try to get to the TikTok love. Usually this is TikTok and chill, but I like the music news and chill. I like this. I feel like it allows us to go off on many different directions. Yeah, there's a lot of closet racists, lots of closet homophobia in the shelter, and again, it's just people. Some of the people that come in there just had nobody ever to show them what's right or wrong. They just sort of learn what they learn, from whoever shows them, and it's kind of sad. Got back to me. She's giving him the keys to the spaceship now. Okay, shit talk is such tough love. And I am that guy. If people are drinking or smoking weed, I pour that shit out in front of them. I throw away their weed in front of them. And yes, I am a stoner, but I don't give a fuck. Rules are rules, and you're here for free, and we're fucking hooking you up. So don't be in here fucking smoking your devil's lettuce or drinking your bathtub gin. I'm not here for it. Take Lessons is on patrol. They fired a new coach on day one. Oh my. What's up, Wild But Sober? Good to see you, my friend. I don't know if I could do it. I'd rather run away. Well, that's how I felt at first, Beans. Working with the homeless, I was like, I need to get out of here. This is nuts. And especially I was changing medications, and like there was some parts of this winter that were just, oh my God. It was really hard, and there was a point where I'm like hiding in the bathroom, just like, please stop yelling. Everyone stop yelling. I'm hiding in the bathroom, just like, please just stop yelling at each other. Yeah, gin's gross, but gin used to be my favorite. I honestly used to love gin. Gin and tonics, gin and cranberry, gin and ice. I like gin. They say that gin lovers are true alcoholics. That's what they say. And I'm a true alcoholic. Rum? Yeah, rum works. Rum works too. Whiskey? I love whiskey. I like IPAs. I love red wine with my dinner. Yeah, changing medications was terrible. And they were trying to put me on some bullshit too. Whiskey is basically hand sanitizer. Yeah, it depends on which one. But there's some good whiskeys out there. Jack Daniels is not one of them. So let's get back to this. So this rapper, Oxymoron, I don't know if I'm saying his name right again, but he is canceling his shows in a long line of artists who are canceling shows in Russia to show protests against the Ukraine invasion. So I'm announcing a series of my charity concerts called Russians Against War, or RAW for short. Right now, it's impossible to organize an anti-war concert in Russia because, as insane as it may sound, everything anti-war is illegal these days. Total censorship has been implemented, and anyone who speaks out against the war in any way becomes a potential target for criminal prosecution. That's some real shit right now. And Valo was bringing up earlier how Russell Brand was drawing a connection between Putin and Trudeau, right? And in these last, with that whole trucker protest that happened in Canada, they were doing some authoritarian shit. They were pulling out these wartime efforts where they were shutting down protests. They were just freezing bank accounts. They were cutting off funding from GoFundMe. They were trying to say that they're funding terrorists. Trudeau wouldn't even meet with them. They just were like, they're racist, they're terrible. And yes, there was some people holding Confederate flags and Nazi flags with them, but they were chased away. That wasn't a part of it. It was a mostly peaceful thing. And yes, they were fucking disrupting local economies and making a bunch of noise. But that's what a fucking protest is. You're disrupting the fucking norm. And, I was talking about last time where, BLM, the movement in Montreal, in Canada, specifically in Montreal, it turned into burning buildings and smashing windows. And I'm just not a fan of violence in any way. So, it's what they did in Canada can be sort of traced back and connected to what Putin is doing in Russia. And because Russia, it wasn't as harsh, but they were throwing people in jail. They were doing some wild shit in Canada to those truckers. And by the way, the shit that the truckers were doing actually did make a difference. And I want to know if anybody has all these BLM protests and / riots, have they made a difference in racism? Have they made a difference in what they were trying to do? There's still police brutality, and there's still there's still closeted racists out there. So I'm just saying that what they did was way more effective than burning down cities. And I stand behind BLM and some of the stuff they talk about. I definitely think police reform is important. That shit needs to change. Fuck this shit. Our prison system is garbage here. It's another form of slavery. So yes, I agree with them in that. But was smashing and rioting? I understand that sometimes you need to get people's attention. But this is what they did. They honked and disrupted local economies and peacefully. And they were dancing around and children were there. So I don't know, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I love helping the homeless. When I was on vacation in Los Angeles before COVID started, I would make goodie bags for the homeless. And while they slept in Hollywood Boulevard, I put a bag next to them with a note and $20. The bags had food, water, juice, and goodies. Oh, that's very nice, Whispering Glitter. I love that. I love that very much. Yeah, that's really great. Bruh, imagine jailing people for being pro-peace. Yeah. And, the people that were involved in the truckers movement was, it was against mandatory vaccinations and stuff. And, I'm not anti-vax in any way, but I am anti-fucking mandates. So you can't tell people what they can put in their bodies. You can't. I'm sorry. That's just not me. So it was a very weird thing. And, I got pushback from chat from that. And that's understandable because it's very high. There's a lot of fucking emotions put into this that are put in that were largely created by media and social media and governments who were pushing these narratives. So, it kind of goes along the line of this. So right now, if you're caught protesting in Russia, what was it, 15 years in prison? So, that is something that's real. That's something that's happening out there. It's very, very scary. Things can change very quickly. So, total censorship has been implemented, and anyone who speaks out against the war in any way becomes a potential target for criminal prosecution, Oxymoron says. Therefore, I will play the first of these concerts on the 15th of March in Istanbul, Turkey, where there is currently a great number of Russians. There will also be a live stream of the show on YouTube, Instagram, and oh, hey, look at that, Twitch. Oxymoron says 100% of the proceeds from the concert will go to support Ukrainian refugees. It's reported that nearly 2 million Ukrainians are fleeing their homes to the Polish border, which is now up to like 2.8, right? No one wants to die unless horrible pain. Yeah. So that is just a long line of people who are pulling out of Russia. And so I kind of want to go over here really quick. And Pink Floyd is one of those artists who has Pink Floyd is removing all of its music from the past 35 years from digital providers in Russia and Belarus in protest of Moscow's invasion of Ukraine. David Gilmour, the band's former frontman and guitarist, will also remove his solo recordings from the platforms, the band said on Twitter on Friday. He said he was doing so to stand with the world in strongly condemning Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Roger Waters, the band's co-founder who left Pink Floyd in 1985, has also condemned President Vladimir Putin over the war. I am disgusted by Putin's invasion of Ukraine. It is a criminal mistake, in my opinion, the act of a gangster. There must be an immediate ceasefire, he wrote in an open letter this week. The band, one of the most influential in rock history, joins a growing list of artists, brands, companies, and countries to pull out of Russia over the invasion of Ukraine. One of the world's largest concert promoters, Live Nation Entertainment, announced it will no longer do shows in Russia and is dropping Russian suppliers. Headliners including 21 Pilots, The Killers, Green Day have canceled upcoming concerts in Russia. So there you go. There's a lot going on. And then I love this one and only comment down here. Pink who? Are they still relevant? Asshole. Yes, they still are relevant. I'm surrounded by trees at a local park, my feet sinking into the earth, feeling serene, also very weed. Nice. Wild but sober, I hope you're doing well. I love you, my friend. Working and trying to do stuff has not allowed me to be on Twitch very often. So it's very sad that I can't be on Twitch very often as I was able to. So hopefully that changes as my new schedule changes. I'll be out there actually hanging out with friends and stuff. So this is more from Digital Music News, which I really like this publication. From major labels to Live Nation and many in between, a number of music industry companies have exited Russia due to the invasion of Ukraine. Here's a comprehensive list of the businesses and organizations that are no longer operating in the European nation. Live Nation, which we just read about, Live Nation was one of the first music industry companies to pull out of Russia. We will not promote shows in Russia, the Ticketmaster owner wrote on social media on March 2nd. We will not do business with Russia. Additionally, acts including Green Day, Eric Clapton, which, okay, anti-vaxxer, everyone hated him. You guys remember he was injured by the vaccine, and then everyone was like, he's a fucking racist. Sending good love to you and all those who exist in space. Yeah. And My Chemical Romance have canceled the previously planned Russia tour stops. Spotify has shuttered its Russia office, paused ads in the country of 144 million residents, and made its premium version unavailable to domestic users. The latter move will cost the company about 1.5 million paid accounts, according to CFO. Wow, they have been eating a lot of shit lately, haven't they? What color are your undies? How dare you? They're black. They're black. They're black undies. So Spotify we all know, has been eating a lot of shit from Joe Rogan and Neil Young. We've covered that. They lost a lot of people over that whole debacle. And so now they're cutting off another one. It's very interesting to me how these companies are sort of willing to lose money. And I think that's awesome, because, yes, stop this bullshit. Stop this war. War is garbage. Get it out of here. Universal Music Group, Sony Music Entertainment, and Warner Music Group. Universal Music Group was one of the first big three labels to announce that it would cease doing business in Russia. 2 days later, the other major labels in the music industry, Warner Music Group and Sony Music Entertainment, likewise left the country. Fuja, I don't know who these people, YouTube and Google, which is huge. YouTube and Google Store suspended all payment-based services in Russia. Sound Exchange, Cobalt, PRS for music, I don't know who that is. Eurovision, the broadcast, has blocked Russian acts. So a lot going on in the music industry, and a lot of people boxer briefs. They're boxer briefs, buddy. They're boxer briefs. So yeah, lots going on in the music world in regards to Russia, in over the Ukraine situation. I just found it very interesting. There's also been some Russian violinists who've been fired from their jobs from different countries. They're in different countries leading orchestras, and they're fired from their jobs. Who was that? I forgot who that was. Russian. Oh God, I'm so bad. Fired. Russian conductor. There we go. This one. Russian conductor Valery Gergiev fired from Munich Philharmonic. So there you go. This is in Munich. This isn't even in fucking Russia. This guy was like, you gotta get out of here, bro. Russian conductor Valery was fired from the Munich Philharmonic on Tuesday because he supports Russian President Vladimir Putin and has not rejected Russia's invasion of Ukraine, the German city's mayor said. Oh shit, see, I didn't even know that. Oh nice, me too. Yay, look at us. Beans! Munich Mayor Dieter Reiter said in a news release that the decision came after he issued an ultimatum to the 68-year-old Russian conductor to reject the invasion. When Gergiev, a close friend of Putin, did not respond by Monday, Reiter said he was left with no choice but to dismiss the conductor. Could you imagine? Because you don't agree, or you agree, you lost your job. That's wild. That's wild. But this is how serious people are taking this. And hey, fuck it, man. I had expected him to rethink and revise his very positive assessment of the Russian leader, Reiter said. I don't know if I'm saying that right. After this didn't occur, the only option is the immediate severance. God damn it. The immediate severance of ties. The move to dismiss Gergiev, a prominent classical music conductor who has led the Munich Philharmonic since 2015-16 season, follows a stretch of widespread anger towards the conductor for his refusal to denounce Putin. Some of his concerts have been canceled, and he has been asked to resign from the honorary positions because he has not spoken out against the invasion. So, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on with this whole thing in regards to music. And that's what I love. That's what I love about music, that it has so much tied into everything else, Music is tied into culture and politics. It's tied into everything, man. It's just art. I got a raging art on. Okay, so I know we took up most of the time in Russia, but that doesn't mean that we don't have time for everyone's favorite rapper, singer, producer. Back in the news, folks. He's back in the news. Kanye West, of course, reignites custody war with Kim. Pete's clearly had enough. So over the weekend, there had been some public displays of sadness. And this is actually pretty sad because this is really highlighting, this is highlighting a lot of topics. What's Lord Yeezy up to now? Yeah, well, let's find out, right? Okay, hold on. Where are we at? All these can go, actually. Let's get rid of some of these tabs so I'm not just doing stuff. Kanye defended his Easy video, which we won't get to today. Oh no, something went wrong. Now, everyone's most trusted name in news and information, of course, is TMZ. I think TMZ did a good job in covering this whole thing. Ye just needs help. Holy F. I agree. And that's literally what I feel bad for this guy. I really do. He has a lot of mental health issues going on. So, let's see what he posted first. We'll watch the video, and I seen this already, so I'm gonna actually go potty while you guys watch this really quickly, and then we'll read into it. Grundy News Network, in a way, I suppose, right? All right.
Hey everybody,
BRB.
I just got off the phone with Kim. I told her to stop antagonizing me with this TikTok thing. I said it's never again. I am her father. I know y'all don't respect fathers and the idea of family, and media tries to promote something. I said I am not allowing my daughter to be used by TikTok, to be used by Disney. I have a say-so. And then when people say, oh, they're going to use this for you in court, I didn't have a say-so on whether or not they went to Sierra Canyon. Most men do not, there's no such thing as 50-50 custody with in society today. That's not even, it always leans towards the mom. But right now, and I'm happy that you guys got to see just a small piece of what I dealt with. You understand what I'm saying? So when we had the Donda 2 release in Miami, I got a flight for all my kids to come from Calabasas to come in Miami to see the kids. Then assistant hit me and said, all the kids, they said the kids are there. When the plane took off, I got a text from Kim that said, North won't be on the plane. You see, this is the kind of stuff that's just like the Chicago birthday party. And I'm glad that y'all saw in the variety piece what I have to deal with. Here go another thing. The Doves high school basketball game. We hold one in California. My daughter loves basketball. I want her to see the league that her father is starting. North can't go to that game. Now we got Sunday service this morning at 10 a.m. and it's North had a sleepover, so she can't come to Sunday service. I moved the Sunday service up to 10 a.m. so that I can go to Saint soccer game at 12:30. Move the entire thing.
And boom, we are back. Now, wasn't that fun for everyone? So as you can see, Kanye, he just wants his kids back, man. And I, as someone who is married, someone who has a child, I can't imagine being away from my kid. Hey, Dex, what's up, baby boy? I can't imagine being away from my child. That Sunday service thing, what was that about? The Sunday service is really cool, actually. It's a thing that Kanye does every Sunday. It's a church, and he does, let's just see if we can see some Sunday service. Oh, no, we don't need this. We don't need this. Sunday service. For those of you that don't know what Sunday service is a worship and praise church thing that Kanye West does every Sunday, where they have a choir. It's actually really awesome. I mean, if I was gonna go to Sundays, I would go to this. This seems like pretty cool. So this is Sunday, the Forum, and it's pretty free. I think it's free to go to, but like the merchandise is way overpriced. So,
What you doing on the street at night? Ain't got a peek over. Keep me perfect composure. When I scream at the chauffeur, I ain't mean, I'm just focused.
My teammates wanted to know why.
So it's like literally just going to church.
The cheerleaders wanted to know why did you.
Sunday service at Howard University.
We praise your name.
But it's dope. Look how everybody's just gigging, man. I mean, it just seems really hype. I've said this a lot of times, but if I was going to go back to Jesus and all that, it would be in the vein of Baptist church. Because the music is so good. Look at this. That's so cool. This is your Sunday service? That's what I'm talking about, son. Yeah, well, that's another way of celebrating, right? Another way of worship is making freeform music, in touch with the muse. I just think that's so cool.
It's going to save us or save you or save me until we commit to saving ourselves. And I'm just honored to be here. I'm a poet. Thank everybody for coming.
I mean, okay, so that's Sunday service. This is something that Kanye does every week. And that's what he's talking about. He's like hoping that they'll bring Kim will bring the kids to Sunday service. So let me see, TMZ. All right, so let's go through this. So the plot thickens. Can we make Baptist music but non-religious words? It's called Ray Charles. It's called who's that one? Oh my God, he did the album Gumbo album. I mean, you listen to soul music at all, it all had PJ Morton, all of this is gospel. You listen to neo soul, any of this soul music is gospel that was taken and turned into, secular music. So, I mean, it's all around us in R&B and soul. It's amazing. I'm sure God likes that. Some messages between him and Pete leaked. Yes, that's what we're coming on to. So a little snooping goes a long way. And if you look closely at Pete's chest here, it would appear that he's got some new ink getting Kim's name. So who cares about that? But here's what DL. So they're going timeline wise. DL Hughley, apparently Kanye threatened DL Hughley, but this is a part of it, and this will go into another video. Kanye West is at it again, rapid fire posting multiple videos and screenshots to prove that he claims is a raw deal on how his kids are being raised. And listen, as a father, I would want to know how my kids are being raised. I want to know who's watching my children. I want to know what's going on with my kid. And if me and God forbid, me and Reina ever separated, I want to know what my child's doing. And so on some level, I can totally relate to Kanye West on this. And children are very complicated. Having children with your partner can complicate things. And so let's just take a look. This is funny. So this is from Pete Davidson, the blue here. Yo, it's Skeet. Can you please take a second and calm down? Which is very reasonable. Very reasonable. It's 8 a.m. and it don't gotta be like this. Kim is literally the best mother I've ever met. What she does for those kids is amazing. And you are so fucking lucky that she's your kid's mom. I've decided I'm not going to let you treat us like this anymore. And I'm done being quiet. Grow the fuck up. And what does he say? What does Kanye say? Oh, you using profanity. Where are you right now? Like he's asking, where are you right now? That's so funny. And he says, in bed with your wife. That's fucked up, bro. And look, he fucking, and then he sends him a picture of him. Watch your profanity. Right. And then he sends a picture, and that's what they're kind of talking about here, that he has Kim tattooed on him, freshly done. Apparently, he has like Ariana Grande tattooed on him as well. So whatever. And then Kanye says, "Happy to see you're out of rehab. Happy to see you're out of the hospital and rehab. Same here. It's wonders what these places do when you go get help. You should try it." That's a reasonable response. Not reasonable. See, in bed with your wife was fucked up and over the line. I think that's really rude. I would fucking, it's not his wife anymore, first of all. Kim's not his wife anymore. Okay, so she's free to do whatever she wants, which she was always free to do whatever she wants. I'm not saying anything. But, she is no longer tied to him in a legal manner. And she is free to roam the cabin. I'm in LA for the day if you want to stop being a little internet bitch boy and talk. It's very funny. But I gotta say, I'm on Kanye's side with this. This is fucking over the line for me personally. Like, don't you even talk about my kid. Don't talk about my baby mama and how good of a, like, fuck you. Keep my kids out your fucking mouth. Don't even fucking mention the shit about that, okay? I get where Kanye's coming from. Again, Kanye is a little unhinged. This is the gift that keeps on giving. Yo, Kanye is, it's like Pokemon. He's collecting them. Yeah, his tats. You know, I'm not cool with it. I wouldn't be cool with it. I wouldn't be cool if Reina's new boyfriend was like fucking, you know, talking about being in bed with her and texting me all this fucking shit about the kids and how good of a mom. I know how good of a fucking mom my wife was or my ex would be. I know how good. I don't need some fucking punk ass telling me about that shit. But he does that as a response? But he does that as a response. Yes, he does. As a response to Kanye being, you know, being a little wild. Ye posts several videos with allegations against Kim Kardashian, claiming she's pulling the rug from under him as it relates to letting their kids come to Sunday service, specifically with North. Turns out Pete was watching Kanye's Instagram activity because a string of text messages between the two, all sent this morning, popped up on social media, and this was yesterday, I believe. So here's Kanye kind of responding. Thank you, TMZ.
So I called different people I knew, and the best advice I got right now was from Tory Lanez, and he just said to pray and ask for God to speak through me. You know, I got 4 children, and there's so many people who don't have a voice and have the opportunity to be able to speak up, and just, God, if it is in your will, you know, touch the people that are currently watching, my children, whatever sleepovers at, wherever they are at, the various nannies that watch all the children.
There's a poll.
And touch them and say, please bring my children to Sunday service this morning at 10 a.m.
Listen, I'm voting for Ye, all right? I'm voting for Ye. Listen, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of I realize that Kanye West is off hinge, but what I'm talking about in this moment is that I understand how he wants to see his kids and he wants the best for his children. And so that's what I agree on. I don't agree with Kanye on a lot of stuff, you know, like there's a lot of behavior that's not, you know, should be deemed unacceptable. If it was anybody else, if it was any regular Joe, it would be deemed very unacceptable. For us, it's entertainment, and it's because he's a celebrity, it's sort of giving us some things to chuckle at or some things to think about. So look, I just, when it comes to kids, that shit is real. It's serious shit, man. And so I'm just saying, I could see Kanye's point on this, okay? But yeah, I know that it's been awful, you know, this awful public thing. I think they both need to go a step towards each other, and I think Skeet's first message was a little trying to do that. Right, and you're right. He was trying to be like, hey, can we just work this shit out, calm the fuck down? What's going on here? Yeah, I totally agree with that. The poll is skewed a bit. Oh, look at Ye's coming back, everybody. Ye's coming back. We're at 57% for Skeet, and we're at 43% for Ye. So, you know, we'll see what happens. No one's right, but communication is key. Exactly. And I think that, you know, the fact that Pete Davidson is trying to sort of throw that out there is like, hey, can we, you know, let's talk. Like he wants to meet up and like, hey, let's just settle this. But, you know, Ye is a bit unhinged right now. He's been unhinged for a long time. It's wild. The whole thing's wild. I mean, like the fact that he married Kim Kardashian in the first place is wild, right? Like that is just, the whole thing is crazy. I get where Ye is coming from, but he really does need to take a chill. I agree. I think that Kanye West needs fucking help. I think, and that's one thing that D.L. Hughley was saying. It was like, yo, you should probably be taking your medications or something, bro. Like, you should probably get help. Or what did he say? He said, all of his handlers can help him see tweets, but they can't help him take his medication on time or something. That's what D.L. Hughley was saying. And it's like, yo, there's a point there. There's a point to be made. Is like, dude, get some fucking help. Like, really, get some fucking help. Like, he does need help. And if he did actually, because, I mean, he even talks about how he stopped taking medication, which I'm not saying medication is the answer for everyone. But he, you know, something needs to be done. He needs to talk to somebody or something. Talking helps. Even if he doesn't want to take medication, he needs some sort of professional, get some sort of help. So I agree with that completely. It's like, fuck, dude, get some help, man. I get where, making a vid where you kill your ex's new boyfriend. Right. Exactly. And just... that's unhinged. That's awful. But I think it's amazing. Yeah, that's too much. And I am for freedom of speech, but like your kids will see that. Yes. And what will they think? That their dad's a maniac? And yes, that's the other part of this, is that the children involved, there's a very public thing that's happening. So Skeet, okay, everyone loves Skeet. Skeet won the poll. And, you know, and I agree with that. All I'm saying in this one point is that I couldn't deal with fucking talking to my ex's new boyfriend about my kids would drive me up the fucking wall. And I know for a fact that if my wife, my ex-wife, was trying to talk to my new girlfriend about our children, I know for a fact that would not be okay at all. Like, I know Reina's ass, and she would not be like, why is this bitch talking to me about my shit? Fuck you, bitch. You know, like, I know how that would go. And so kids are a sensitive subject, especially in separations. And what will they, oh yeah, bruh, you need to fucking work together. Yes. And that's the whole thing, right? Like Kim and Kanye, this should have never went public. This should have never been in public. This should have been all in the background. This should have been this should have all been, taken care of in behind closed doors. I just feel, and really the only people really getting hurt here are the children, and hopefully they're being protected from all this stuff right now. I don't know how it's working, but Kanye West is against his kids being on social media, and Kim's putting them all over it, so like, there's some, it's a toughie, but yeah, Kanye definitely needs help, and Kanye needs to chill the fuck out.
God, this is out of my hands. It's up to you. This whole conversation of custody, this whole narrative, gaslighting, all of this. It's like right now, this is up to you. I thank you for putting me in a position to be able to make Sunday service and put this online and have my family, be there. My children be there to hear about God, to sing about God, to sing about Jesus Christ, for us to be able to have the first right, the freedom of speech in America, to still talk about God out loud. This morning, God, please, there's no reason why these young children, upon their father's request, shouldn't be allowed to come to Sunday service. At this point, it's going too far. God, please. The boyfriend texts me, antagonizing me, bragging about being in bed with my wife. I thought publicly for a year and a half. I've been dragged, and how she's not my wife. She don't have her last name, and now he texting me, talking and bragging about how he's in bed with my wife. And I'm like, well, who's watching my children if he's texting me bragging about being in bed with my wife? And I thought this wasn't my wife no more legally, since I got I got the lawyer to finally finish the divorce. Because every time I finish the show, the Free Hoover show, the next day she dropping her last night. Every time I do something positive, it's something negative that's coming. I go and get the laptop from Ray J. Then she joking about divorce. I go and get the lawyer, change the lawyer so we can finally do the divorce. And then somehow I'm the one that's the stalker. God, I just need to protect You protect the children. I know our nannies, some of them are Christian. You touch them, please, God, today, and have them bring my children to Sunday service this morning. The devil ain't gonna win. You get what I'm saying? This is gaslighting. Kim gets black people out of prison. You know who puts black people in prison? The person that the boyfriend has a tattoo of, Hillary. You understand the setup right here? You understand the narrative right here? God, please, in your son's name, our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, please make sure.
Yeah. Morby, I'm hearing that. I'm hearing you now. This infuriates me a bit. Why talk about God and all the holy stuff if you need to talk about what's in front of you? I had a friend with a dog growing up. The dog jumped at somebody and hurt them, and her dad hated the dog anyway, so he decided to bring the dog into the shelter on my friend's birthday. Oh, Jesus. What did the mom do? Go to church and pray that he doesn't do it. Ugh. Praying and talking about God will not solve real life problems. Robbie, he has also equated himself to Jesus before. So this is talking to God seems so fake to me. God, yeah, it's all for show. I mean, it's not the first time that people have used God to gain, notoriety and financial benefits. And he probably is using it as a tax shelter, just as the Kardashians are doing. The Kardashian mom opened a church in Los Angeles where she is the minister, well, one of the ministers, and all of their children have tithings. And so you can write off tithings. There's something to do with tax. You get tax benefits. So all of the Kardashian kids all give 10% of their earnings to the church. And I feel like it's a way of sort of a tax shelter for money for them. So on both sides, they're doing this. The Kardashians are doing it. The Mr. Ye here has been doing it. Yeah, I do see that. And I agree. I mean, there's a certain, like, putting good intentions in the air and praying like, hey, I hope my dog, please, stop my husband from taking the dog to the shelter over something that was so, menial. But on top of that, on top of being like, hey, praying to whoever, God or universe or whatever, on top of that, she should have been like, hey, asshole, that's not happening. You're not taking our son's dog to the shelter. You are not going to put it down because you don't like the dog. You are going to get over it. Or something like that. At least that's the conversation starter, right? This guy is going on the internet, talking shit, not talking to anybody directly, talking to people publicly, Pete Davidson, Kim Kardashian, publicly, in order to get his point across. And see, I can see why people don't like that and why that's ridiculous. And I can get behind that. This is bullshit. This is bullshit, Ye. Come on. I mean, I love Kanye West, right? But it's a love-hate thing, man. I mean, because he definitely has this arrogance and he has this, this self-centered bullshit going on. And then he tries to act like he's some, pious and some proper Christian, it's like, I don't know, man. Instead of talking to her directly, instead of taking care of this face to face, he's praying to God on Instagram. I don't think that's going to solve anything, Ye. He can pray all he wants to, but the second he videos it and makes it a show is too much for me. No, I completely get that. And yeah, this is all pretty fucked up and kind of gross, right? But I didn't talk about Ye Kim in years, so they got that going on for them. Pete gives Kim credit for being an awesome mom, telling Kanye he should be a little thankful that the one taking care of the kids, that she's the one taking care of the kids. But then he sets his sights high on making things work with Kanye. Pete invited Kanye for a one-on-one chat at his hotel without cameras. So, the posts go on. It goes on, and I really think it comes down to like the man needs help. You know, it's a goddamn tragedy, but the man needs help. I really do believe that. Okay, is Moving Dutchman still here? Let's do this. Let's do this Baby Yoda thing. Is Baby Yoda here? Is it Baby Yoda? I don't know. Why would Kanye ever do it without cameras? He gets clicks from